Hey there, welcome to another interesting and value-packed video here on Bedroom Matters. I am Cecilia Agu, the founder of Bedroom Matters International. So this video is not like any other video on our page. This is going to be a longer video. But we're going to spend time today because what I'm going to share is something that is affecting over 80% of marriages today, and that is when a woman is tired. Now, I encourage you to make sure you're sitting in a place where you will not be distracted so that you can fully grasp the message of today's video. And this video is for mostly men, okay, and women, because sometimes we don't even know why we do the things that we do or why we're acting the way that we're acting. And this is not just for married couples only. I want to encourage you, if you're single, to also take time to listen and watch this video so that you're able to identify some of these issues early on before you get into the marriage institution. Now, research says that the rate of divorce, of course, is on the high. But the interesting part of that is that more women are filing for divorce than the men. And the reason simply is that she's tired. And for a woman to file for a divorce, in most cases, she's tried everything she knows how to try. And today, I want to help the men out there to see the traits and understand it when they say it and know exactly what it is and what to do. So I'm going to be sharing with you 16 powerful list of traits, that can help you identify when your queen is tired. And I won't just be sharing these traits. I will share the traits. I will share how to prevent these traits from coming up in your marriage. And I'm going to also give you 16 tips on how to fix this if it's already happening in your marriage, okay? The first one is emotional distance. Have you noticed that your wife has become less emotional towards you? You just notice that she has stopped sharing her life, her experiences, her daily activities, especially if she's a woman who is very lively, likes to talk to you, likes to spend time with you. But you just notice that there's this emotional distance, there's a disconnect. She's no longer interested in spending time with you. She just wants to maybe retire into her bedroom every now and again. That's a trait to look out for. It means that something is wrong and you have to try and fix this issue before it becomes a major problem. Number 2, physical withdrawal. You notice that physical attention becomes very scarce. She might avoid when you try to, touch her, kiss her. Maybe when you want to just be intimate with her. I'm talking about lovemaking becoming very scarce. And even if it's there, it's just obligationary for her. For some of you who are watching, you haven't had sex with your wife for months, and for some people, years. And I'm speaking to you if you really, really want to change things for yourself, for your marriage, and you want to win your queen back. Just realize that this is a trait you must pay attention to. Number 3, lack of communication. Have you noticed that your wife, who used to be very chatty, likes to tell you about everything that happened while you were gone, has now decided not to speak anymore, especially, when it comes to important matters in the marriage? She's no longer interested. A woman who used to talk to you about maybe certain things that she didn't like in the relationship, maybe about your business, about her career, about the children, about the household, general conversation. You notice that she's no longer talking, and even if she's talking, she's giving you mono answers. Hi babe, how are you doing today? Fine. Did anything interesting happen? No, not really. That's an indication that this woman has checked out. Mentally, emotionally, physically, she has checked out. And it's important that you observe, because sometimes, men have a way of thinking. You might just feel like, oh, okay, she's just in one of those moods and she'll be okay. Observe. How often has this happened? And how long has it happened that you want to communicate with a woman who loves to communicate and she's no longer available? Don't take it as one of those things. Just know that there is fire on the mountain and you need to run. Number 5, indifference in your relationship. Have you noticed that she has stopped making any efforts to nurture the relationship? She's no longer interested in date nights, going to an event with you, sitting down to watch movies with you. She's just no longer interested. If this is currently going on in your marriage, then it's a trait that she has checked out, or she's done, she's tired. She's there physically, but that's all you get out of her, the physical state. This is something that you should prioritize and ask yourself, is this what you want for yourself? Is this what you want for your marriage? And if it's not, then it's time to sit down and have a conversation with her. And I'm going to share with you, just after listing these 16 traits, what you can do to prevent them and what you can do to mitigate them if they're already happening in your marriage. Okay, so stick with me. We're still on number 6. We have 10 more to go. Number 7 is the lack of initiative. This is a woman who used to like to be affectionate towards you. She likes to hold your hands, kiss you when you get back from work, but she's no longer affectionate. She doesn't take initiative anymore. She doesn't initiate sex. She doesn't initiate intimacy. She doesn't initiate anything fun in the marriage. She just does not care anymore. These are the things that you need to pay attention to. She's not waiting for you to start conversations. She's waiting for you to initiate intimacy. She's waiting for you to ask about the children's school fees, ask about the rent, ask about food. Like, she's not taking initiative on anything anymore. You should be scared, unless the marriage doesn't mean anything to you anymore. But if it does, if your marriage is important to you, then you need to ask yourself very pertinent questions. Number 8, she has shifted focus to the children or focus to herself or focus to something else. Instead of bringing up issues, she might just stop complaining altogether, and you just notice that she's spending more time with the children. She's playing more with the children. She's more excited when you're not at home. She will sit in front of the television with the children, and they would watch cartoons and play and laugh, and you're wondering, where is my friend? Where is the woman that used to love to play games with me? Where's the woman that used to enjoy, watching movies with me? She's no longer there. And even when you're watching movies and she's sitting right there with you, she's probably on her phone. She has moved focus. She has changed, and redirected her love for you to the children. This is a key indication, and you need to take notes. And I hope that so far you're writing something down. If you're not, please pause. Go get your writing material. Maybe grab something to eat and drink, and please come back and continue. Number 9. Complaints about the marriage ceases. So instead of bringing up issues, she might stop complaining altogether, which is often a sign that she has given up on fixing things. Yeah, that is scary. And I need you to ask yourself, what can I do? This woman who used to complain when I dropped my clothes anyhow in the room, especially for men who are very untidy. She used to always pick up after you or always tell you, babe, pick up these clothes. That is the laundry bag over there. Throw it in the laundry. Put down the toilet seat when you use the toilet. Babes, please shut the door when you leave the room. You just notice that all of a sudden, she doesn't talk anymore. She doesn't complain about anything that you do wrong. And you know that you're doing wrong. She just stops complaining. Maybe you're the type that keep late nights. You go out a lot. Or you're one of those philandering men, you have tons of girlfriends out there, and you know that you're hurting this woman, and she's complained. She has also, tried to get you to seek counsel, to get help. And all of a sudden, she's no longer committed to this marriage. She's no longer complaining. She has checked out. The problem with that is one day, she's either going to explode or move out. Please start asking yourself, what are those things this woman used to complain about that I didn't used to pay attention to? And start to remember them. If you're the type that have cheated on her so much and she has evidence, she has spoken to you about them, you probably haven't apologized in a long time, and all of a sudden she stopped complaining, you should be very afraid, very, very afraid. And you should try and do something about that, okay? Let's quickly move on. Number 10 is that she now has interest in other people or other things, or her job or her business. She also moves focus from the marriage and just diverts all of the attention, to the things that matter to her. Maybe she even decides to take a course, a master's degree or a certificate, just so that she's busy, because both of you are in the same roof and she isn't ready to move out just yet. Trust me, most times she's making her plans, but in the moment, she's just distracting herself and diverting that time and energy that she would use to complain to you into something more productive in her life. If you notice that she's now going to the gym more often than she used to, and she spends unhealthy amount of time, it's not because she's doing something fun, it's just because she's trying to stay away from you. And that is a major, ring. That should be something that rings in your head and lets you know that something is wrong, what do I do, And of course, number 11 is increased independence. She now does a lot of things by herself. She now, takes care of things by herself. She doesn't talk to you about the things that both of you are supposed to talk about. She doesn't consult you. She doesn't have this partnership mindset anymore. She's not talking to you about the children's school fees. She's paying them the rent. She's paying them food stuff. Like, think about it. When was the last time you gave money for upkeep in the house? If you haven't in a while and she has not asked you, she's becoming more and more independent. Let me tell you what that is. One day she would wake up and realize, I do virtually everything for myself and I don't need this man, because emotionally you're not available, physically you're not available, mentally you're not available, in every way you're not available, financially you're not available. And she just realizes that she's doing these things for herself. What do you think would happen? Just think about it. Take a moment to think about it. The moment a woman becomes independent on her own, I'm saying this for people who have or had a healthy relationship where both of you are partners in the relationship. The moment you realize that she's no longer in it with you, she's now doing things for herself. She has suddenly become a handy woman. When the bulb dies, rather than talk to you about it, she'll go and buy it and change. When the car packs up and you don't have the time, she calls a mechanic to fix it. When the sink is leaking, just things randomly that you ought to do or that she usually used to talk to you about doing and you don't do, she starts to fix these things by herself. Just know that the days of your marriage is numbered. Number 12, there is no effort in conflict resolution. When there are issues, things that she should quarrel about, things she should even raise her voice about, and she just doesn't make an effort. When you bring it up, she'll be like, oh really? Is that what happened? Okay, I'm sorry. She just apologizes for even your mess. She is no longer interested in settling that issue. She's not calling your people anymore. She's not calling your parents anymore. She's not talking to you about it anymore. She's not sending you evidence anymore. She's not listening to anything anymore. Like, even if you bring it up, she just tells you, I've heard, or I'm sorry. That's a trait that woman has checked out, okay? So it's important for you to note that. Please put this down. The moment she's no longer interested in sorting out issues with you, just know that she is done, okay? Number 13, loss of respect. This is a big one. I once had a client who spoke to me about just losing complete respect in her husband. And it's not because the man was cheating. It's not because he was hitting, her or just doing anything, but he just wasn't doing the things that she wanted him to do. Rather, she wasn't paying attention to her needs. This client of mine is very expressive. She is a type that will say the things she needs to say respectfully, but she just got to a point where she's talked, she has, just so many things, and she's gotten to a point where she has lost respect. She's not disrespecting her husband. I need to clarify that. She's not disrespecting him. She's not raising her voice at him. She's not speaking to him disrespectfully in front of people. She's not doing anything, that will maybe make him feel less of himself. But she just noticed that she has lost respect. So even when he's trying to get her attention to do stuff, she's lost respect. And the reason she came to see me is also because she wants to know what to do, because it's only a matter of time before she gets to a point where she begins to physically and verbally disrespect him. When your wife no longer respects you, there is something wrong. She has moved on. She has checked out. She is done. She is tired. Number 14, when you notice that she has started to seek solace elsewhere, she begins to seek emotional support from family, from friends, from other people, instead of her husband. Especially if this is a woman that, if there's anything that's happening in her life, the first person she picks up the phone to call is you, her husband. And all of a sudden, you know that things are happening to her, but she's no longer sharing. She's no longer coming to you. She's now seeking that help from somewhere else. For some women, especially high-value women who are high performance, what they do is they just seek counseling. Like, how do I channel my energy into something else? Like, I can't be focused in this marriage. I can't even, waste my energy here. For some, they just get a coach somewhere and they focus on just basically channel their energy. They're getting help elsewhere. And they're supposed to be getting that help from you. You're supposed to be their place of succor. You're supposed to be their rest, their happy place. And if you notice that you're no longer a happy place, your antenna should be standing at high frequency. And then, of course, number 15 is withdrawal from shared dreams and goals. The both of you used to dream about certain things. You've even written down plans, the things you're supposed to be doing together. She just stops being invested in those shared dreams, The future of both of you doesn't matter. I mean, I heard about a young woman who says at certain age in her marriage, she will no longer be in that marriage. She already knew that this is not the plan. This is not the marriage. So yes, we do have shared goals. There are things we're supposed to be doing together. But she just knows that there's no future here. And so she's just marking time that at certain age, she will no longer be there. And for some men, you sit down there and you think you've won, you've conquered. She's now quiet. She's now, even when you talk about those dreams, she'll be like, let's talk about it later. She's just not focusing on those shared goals or dreams anymore. She's marking her time. She's planning her exit strategy. And some women might not like that I'm sharing this, but I have to, because my goal here is to help you build a blissful, happy, passion-filled marriage, fun-filled marriage. And if I can help your husband see what he's missing, because the truth is sometimes these men don't know. We think they do, but they don't know, and so sharing this is to help him identify. And if you're a woman watching and your husband is also watching and he's trying to make amends, please open up your heart and prayerfully allow him make amends and be available for him to make amends. Okay, so let's quickly move on to the last one. Growing secretive. She now does a lot of things in secrecy. She doesn't tell you all of the things that is happening. Even if she gets a promotion at work, she doesn't tell you about it. So many things that on a normal day both of you will share. Business dealings that you both used to know what's going on. She now starts to hide things. And this can also breed or be a starting point for infidelity on her part. Because the moment she's becoming more secretive, there is every chance that, some things she's not sharing with you, she shares with somebody else. And if, unfortunately, she shares this thing with a man who also has ulterior motive and both of them start to share ideas, you could lose your wife. I don't know if you've ever heard that sometimes you see powerful women dating people they shouldn't be dating. The truth is when they start to hide things, secrecy comes into the picture and they start to prefer to share their dreams, their life and other things with somebody who understands how to treat a woman, and he starts to treat them the way that you, the husband, should be treating her. Maybe you're not even sharing words of affirmation, you're not hugging her, you're not kissing her, you're not telling her how beautiful she is, you're not showing her gratitude, and somebody else starts to do that. it can lead to intimacy. And remember that women cheat more in their minds, emotionally, more than physical. And when a woman gets physical, it means that she has crossed a lot of, hurdles to get there. And let me quickly say this. A lot of women, especially self-aware women who know themselves, women who are not afraid of anything, women who have self-confidence and they know themselves enough to know when they are horny, for instance, and they want to make love, but they just can't bring themselves to make love to you because you're not matching them intellectually, emotionally, like all the other things that can get a woman to that space, right? And even if she's making love with you, she needs some sort of stimulation from somewhere else, e.g. porn. If you notice that your wife is constantly watching porn, and she gets aroused and then she can make love to you, that's a key sign there. That's a key sign that you cannot arouse your wife anymore. She needs an aid to be able to feel aroused because, hey, she's horny. She wants to make love. She probably cannot make love by herself and she still needs you. You're there. So she needs this thing to turn her on and then she makes love to you. In some cases, or in a lot of cases, when you're not there, she knows how to make herself come. She knows how to give herself pleasure. She knows how to, get herself massive orgasm, multiple orgasms with her hands, with her toys, and you're none the wiser. Don't think you're a chairman, you're a Badoski. You know how, you know your way around her, you know where to keep her, Most women are just counting days, counting weeks, counting months, counting years, and one day the bubble bursts and you think you can handle it, but then you realize that, hey, you've made a lot of mistakes that you can't take back. All right? So now that I have shared the 16 traits to look out for, let us now start to talk about the preventive measures that you can take as a man, and of course the solution you can take. And at this point, let me say to the woman who is hurting, who is already making plans to check out of this marriage physically, please share this video with your husband if you think that there's even an atom of hope for your marriage. Share this video. And if you don't want to share it yourself, then have somebody that he respects, somebody who's close to him that he listens to, share it with him. Let somebody share this video, or maybe play this video and increase the audio so that he can hear. You just never know. And prayerfully do it. And if you're another woman who knows that somebody's going through this, problem in their marriage, maybe your friend has confided in you, he doesn't know what to do, please send him this video. Even if it's a family member, send this video to every married man out there. Let's save our marriages together. Let's build a healthier society, one home at a time. Now, number one, I talked about emotional distance. How do you prevent it? So let's start with, you have a good marriage now, you're friends with your wife, but you need to note these things so that you can prevent emotional disconnection from happening in your marriage. First thing is to create an emotional intimacy through regular, deep conversations. When was the last time you sat down with your wife to have deep conversation? I'm not talking surface, how was things, how is work up. I'm saying deep conversations. Babe, how has it been? How was the week for you? What made the week easier or happier or great for you? What can I do? Or what have I been doing that you're excited about? Or what can I do to help you become a better version of yourself or help ease the stress at work? Have deep conversations, okay? Now listen more than you speak. When your wife wants to have a conversation, please, kings, listen more. Don't be in a hurry to interject. Don't be in a hurry to make conclusions or jump into conclusions. It's important to listen and then ask her about dreams, ask her about stuff, Just make sure that you're connected. You and this woman are connected. And if things are already going bad, you already noticed the emotional disconnection, start by apologizing. Please, kings, don't think that you just go and you have that conversation and that's it. Start by apologizing, especially where you know you've neglected her. things that she's been talking about. If you've been cheating on her and she's spoken about it and you did nothing to stop it and you didn't even apologize to her, please start by apologizing and be specific about the things you're apologizing for. If you don't know how to do this, please try and write a letter. Okay? You don't know where to start, you can write a letter, to a heartfelt letter. You'll be shocked, that woman will break down and start crying. So the first thing to do is to apologize and, gradually rebuild the emotional bond that both of you need to share. Let her see that you're genuine. Let her see how empathetic you are. It's not just a one-day thing. It's not something you just say and then everything goes back to normal. No, you're going to learn to be patient about it. And then, of course, number 2, emotional withdrawal. The first thing to do is to prevent it. And how do you do that? Make physical connection a habit. Do not be the kind of man that neglects the wife when she tries to initiate sex. Note that one day she will stop asking. One day she will stop making the effort. One day she will find the help somewhere. All right, so to prevent these things from happening, learn to start being physically available for her, okay? And if you already notice that she's distanced herself physically from you, then try to reconnect with her. Build the trust that was lost. Don't be in a hurry to just get straight into, oh, I want to make love to you, oh, I want to do this. No, start small. Start by having conversations about it. And if there are issues that have happened, serious issues, then deal with those issues. Learn to communicate those issues and then introduce affection little by little. Let her feel reconnected to you. Let her feel loved by you. Let her also even reach out to you. So learn to do little things like a kiss on the cheek, a kiss on the lip, hold hands, hug her, maybe stay a little bit longer. Sometimes whisper to her, are you ready for physical intimacy? Conversations go a long way, all right? So learn to either prevent physical withdrawal or learn to reconnect with her so that physical withdrawal would stop and then physical intimacy will resume. And then 3, lack of communication. It's important for you, if you want to prevent it, to be available to communicate. I know there's a saying that men don't like to talk, men don't communicate. But I don't think it's entirely true. Men talk about their problems at work. They discuss with their friends. They talk to their staff. They talk to everybody else but their wives. Why? So if you want to prevent this woman from shutting down on you, then learn to communicate. And if you don't know how, then ask her, babe, how do you want me to respond? Because sometimes too, and I share this because I used to have this issue with my husband. He didn't know what to say. I would say something and the man is quiet and I'm wondering, babe, didn't you hear me? And he'd be like, I heard. And you're quiet, like you're not saying anything. And he goes, I don't know what to say. See? When you say, I don't know what to say, can you help me? Like, say something else. Because the moment you say, I don't know what to say, she most likely will shut down. And let me also say to the women here, if your husband is vulnerable enough to say, I don't know what to say, then it's also a cry for help that he needs help. But men, learn to also go the extra mile. You know how you talk to your colleagues at work or your business partners? Say, okay, babe, I don't know how to answer this. I don't know how to respond to this. Can you give me a clue? Can you point me in the right direction? That opens room for intimacy, okay? And if the distance has already happened, now we're looking for solution. What you need to do is to express your willingness to listen to her. And then, of course, let's talk about the woman who is irritable now and has short temper. The things that used to excite her now irritate her. Like she's easily cuts you off. She easily just interjects or physically just shut down on you. You're talking and she goes, okay. Yeah, I've heard. She's irritable, like just snacking at you at every point in time. The first thing you need to do is to reduce the stress and the tension, okay? By taking away some of her burdens, both in the home, emotionally, or at workplace. Show her that you're her partner. Don't wait until things go down, okay? Don't wait until things actually break down completely. And if things have broken down completely, let me also share with you that instead of being defensive, instead of reacting defensively, What you need to do is to try and understand the reason for that irritation. Why is she always cutting you off? And then say, babe, I was having this conversation, I was talking, but then you cut me off. I didn't like that. Is there anything that happened? Did I do anything wrong? And let me also just quickly state here, before some people come to cry in the comment section, it's men that will do everything, it's men this, it's men that. This conversation is not for you. This video is not for you. Resist the urge to show your stupidity in the comment section. This video is for men who want to fix their marriage. This video is for men who want to enjoy their marriage. Again, this video is for men, not babies, not crybabies, not boys in men's clothing, okay? Real men know that this conversation and this video is for them. And for the men who are truly men and who want their marriage to work, learn to help her understand what the issue is and be patient with her, okay? So that, she can work her temper back to where it should be and be less irritable. Number 5, let's talk about her indifference to the relationship, okay? How do you prevent it? Regularly nurture your marriage. Regularly be part of the date night plans, schedule date nights. Travel together if you can afford it. Be genuinely interested in nurturing your marriage. Don't leave all the work to her, okay? Don't be one of those men that believe that it takes a woman to make a marriage work. It takes you and her to make a marriage work. Number 6, we talked about frequent absence or distraction. How do you prevent this from happening in your marriage? Number 1, be present and engage when you're together. Don't always be on your phone when you're with your wife, okay? Be in the moment. Be present in the moment. Number 7, let's talk about lack of initiative. Your wife at this point is no longer initiating anything. She has lost all interest. For you to be able to prevent this, if this is not the case in your marriage, please always show initiative. Whether it's in planning date night, whether it's in resolving conflicts, don't always wait for her to initiate everything, okay? Whatever it is you see that she's always the one starting off the issue or starting, solutions or starting this conversation, please make sure that you also put in effort. You show your effort. Let it reflect in your character, and help her basically. When she's initiating, you also initiate. Don't just be receiver. One day she will get tired of giving. Number 8, focus has shifted to the children. So you're the man who does not want your wife to move the focus and the love from you to the children. Then by all means, pay attention to her. The love that she's given to you needs to be reciprocated also. So make sure that you support her personal growth, you support her love language, you support everything that she's doing, or at least to the best of your knowledge, and regularly check in with her to ensure that she's happy in your relationship, so that it does not get to a point where she's the only one checking up on you, she's the only one doing things. She'll get to a point where she's burnt out and then she focuses the love or transfers the love to the children, okay? And if this is your current situation, remind her that the marriage is still the priority. Tell her that yes, I understand I haven't been here as I should. I haven't always been the best husband, but I'm here now. What do you need me to do? What can I do to get us to where we need to be? And mean it. Again, always take action, because when a woman checks out, she has seen patterns. Maybe she's even heard you talk about the things you want to do, the things you will do, but you never actually do them. So beyond just talking about these things, it's important that you take action, okay? Show her that you're her husband. And when you notice, number 9, that she has stopped complaining about things about the marriage, let's start with the prevention, right? Address issues. Don't let things slip, okay? Don't throw things under the carpet. I know we've been told that, choose your battles. Some things are better left unsaid. Please say them, okay? Don't always allow her to sweep things under the carpet. For you to prevent your wife from getting to a point where she no longer cares, it's important that you are open to dialogue and sorting things out. Now, if she's already there, then you need to gently bring up the issues. Number 10, when you notice that she now has interests in other people, whether it's family, friends, colleague at work, what do you do? First off, to make sure it doesn't get there, show your wife sincere and true care. Show her affection. Show her that you care about the things that she cares about. Don't wait for things to degenerate, okay? Be genuinely interested in the things she's interested in. And if you're the one who is in a marriage where she's no longer interested in you, she's interested in other things and other people, as I said, maybe she's taking courses after courses, certification, here and there, or maybe just focusing on family and friends and colleagues at work, then what you need to do is to acknowledge what must have led to those things and learn to shower your wife with attention, with gifts, with, compliments. Just make sure that you are acting and bridging the gap that has been created due to your lack of presence in the marriage, okay? Just make sure that both of you are working towards it. And if she's not interested in working towards it, put in the effort. You work on those things. And you know those things, but in case you don't know them, get help. Speak to her, get help books, or even reach out to a marriage counselor. You can reach out to us because that's part of the things that we do here on Bedroom Matters. Now, increased independence. This is 11. We're almost winding down. For you to prevent a woman from getting to the point where she no longer needs you for anything. She is now independent. You need to make sure that you are paying attention to the things that, she's complaining about, okay? Make sure that she's not doing things on her own. She's not sorting issues by herself. Make sure she's not going to your friends or go to her friends to sort out things that both of you can actually sort out. The moment you allow things degenerate and she's able to do those things by herself, it's only a matter of time, like I said earlier. So what should you do? First thing is for you to respect her space, because things must have happened for her to get to the point where she's at, right? Then invite her back into decision making. Invite her back, and start to do those things that she's always, complained about that you don't do. For instance, like I said, if she's now become the handy woman, then learn to become the handyman. 12, no effort in conflict resolution. You're in a marriage now where everything is fine, so that you don't get to a point where this woman does not care about sorting out conflicts anymore. The moment there is any conflict in your marriage, please, when she brings it up, be open to resolving the issue. And even if she doesn't bring it on, don't be the type of man that sweeps things under the carpet. You just feel like time will take care of it all. Time doesn't take care of it all. Time teaches the woman how to change the dynamics in the marriage. Time teaches her how to adapt to you. Time teaches her how to sort her own things out and leave you to be wondering. Time teaches her to become more and more independent, okay? So don't think that you have time. Women have become very self-aware in this time and age. And if you're in a marriage where the woman no longer cares about this conflict resolution, every time she brings it up, you shove her. Every time she brings it up, you're not interested, or you ghost her, or you just make it about yourself. You're now in this place where she no longer cares. You're craving that fight, especially if you're a narcissist. You're craving the fight. You're craving all of that. And she's no longer giving you gbas. Guy, you want to fix this marriage or you don't. That's the issue. If you want to fix the marriage, then start this conversation. Babe, you've been the one always resolving issues. I am sorry. In the things that I've done, list those things. That's the simple solution to this. And you realize that this woman will start to bounce back again, okay? Let's quickly move on to 13, loss of respect. If you do not want your wife to lose respect for you, the best way to prevent it is to respect yourself, is to respect the things that she talks about, is to listen to her and treat her with utmost respect. Love that woman. Love the heck out of her. Listen to her. Do the things that, would keep the both of you in love. Make her feel seen, heard, and loved. Please, men, make the effort. Don't get to the point where she completely loses respect for you. And if she does lose respect for you, what do you do? How do you find a solution to this? Simple thing is to ask her, babe, what are the things that I was doing to you that made you lose respect for me? Especially if she has been vocal about it. She has told you the things she doesn't like, but you kept doing it. She's telling you how what you're doing is hurting her, is pissing her off, but you kept on doing those things. It's important for you to know that for the woman to gain that respect again from you or for you, you have to do a lot of work. For instance, if you're a man who does not provide for your home and this woman is providing every single thing and you're not doing anything to better the situation, then it's important for you to go and, start making money. Go and get a job. Or listen to her. Maybe she's been giving you ideas on things that you can do to be financially productive in your marriage. Remember that it is your duty to provide for your home. It is not entirely the woman's duty. So if you know you haven't been providing and in your own book, because a lot of men say, oh, I'm trying, I'm doing this, it just hasn't worked for me. I'm hustling, I'm there every day. It's not about being there every day. Have you listened to your wife? She might just have the solution to that financial problem. And she's been telling you and giving you ideas and all of that, you're not taking them. She will lose respect. So make sure you're paying attention. And then if that is where you are, what is the solution? Everything that have happened that has made her lose respect for you, it's time to retrace your step back and start to do those things. If it's about providing, find a job, find a better job. If it's about your business, speak to your wife. Say, babe, I know that for the past 2 months, 3 months, 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, I haven't been a provider in this home and I want this thing to change. Help me. Ask your wife for help. Sometimes these women have the power in their hands. They have the strategies. They have the know-how to help this man make the money for the marriage. But because she is a mere wife to him, he doesn't pay attention, and she of course will keep her ideas to herself. But if there's any part of this video that you need more clarification on, please do leave the comment in the comment section, and I promise that I will read through, I will reply you, or I'll do another video. Okay, number 14, and we have 3 more to go. For a woman who is already seeking solace elsewhere, first of all, let me say to the man in this marriage, if you don't want that to happen, then be an active husband, be a present husband, be the husband who is open to listening to his wife, be her peace. You know how I always say men like women who give them peace. Women also like men who give them peace. We like our men to be a happy place. So be her happy place. And if you're already in the marriage where you know that this one has checked out emotionally, she's no longer, spending quality time with you, then what you need to do is, first of all, become the person she can confide in again. Make an effort to be her emotional anchor by listening to her without judgment and offering support where needed. Don't offer support where it's not needed. Okay, so make sure that you become the support and the emotional strength. Number 15, you notice that she has withdrawn from your shared goals. How do you prevent this? Regularly revisit and refresh your shared goals together. Celebrate your small victories together. And of course, adjust your plans as a team to keep both of you excited about the future. Finally, you notice that she's growing secretive. Prevention first. Build trust by being transparent and open in your actions, your words, your intentions, okay? Create an atmosphere where the both of you feel safe about sharing everything. Don't be the man that puts password on his phone. And even if you must, make sure she has your password as well. I do not believe in the school of thought that your phone is your personal business. If the both of you can share bodily fluid together, you have sex together, I don't think that the phone is more important than your body. And so if you're not ready to do that, then you're probably not ready for a matured marriage relationship with your wife, okay? So to prevent this woman from also being secretive, you ought to be transparent yourself. And if you know that you've not been transparent and things have happened and degenerated, what is the solution? Gently let her know that you have noticed her secrecy and ask her if there's something that's bothering her. Now ask this from a place of love. Don't be judgmental about it. And then avoid being the one accusing her. Don't accuse her. The moment you accuse her, women can be smart. She will find a smarter way to keep being secretive about things. Especially if she has started cheating on you. If she does not want to be caught, believe me, no matter what you do, it will take the grace of God that wants to reveal things for you to be able to tell that she's already doing this stuff, okay? So focus on creating a safe, open, and transparent marriage for your marriage to thrive. And if your woman have started cheating on you already and you have evidence or you can tell, don't be aggressive towards it. Acknowledge the part that you played in this as well, and the both of you can work your marriage back to what it should be. All right, now that's the end of the 16 points that I said I was going to share on how to notice or realize if your wife has checked out. And I'm going to start by saying this, that if you want to win this woman back, because it's your choice. If you want to win her back, it's going to require patience, it's going to require consistency, and it's going to require love. These changes won't happen overnight, but by actively working on these issues, showing her that she is valued and investing in your relationship, you can bring back that passion and connection that the both of you once had. Kings, if you're feeling like your queen is pulling away, don't wait until it's too late. Seeking counseling, coaching, or mentoring is not a sign of weakness. It is indeed a powerful step towards healing and strengthening your marriage. It is completely normal to ask for help. Sometimes all it takes is a fresh perspective and the right guidance to turn things around and bring back the passion you both once shared. Here at Bedroom Matters International, we're here to help you do exactly that. So, if you're ready to fight for your marriage and to enjoy deep, fulfilling relationship with your wife, don't hesitate to reach out to us for counseling using the link in the description. Make sure to share this video with everyone who wants to enjoy their marriage to the fullest. And of course, please leave your comments below, leave your questions below, and I will answer these questions to help us all begin to enjoy our marriages. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel.